Hello everyone, myself Kriti Sharma from Arya College of Engineering and IT, Kukas, Jaipur. Today, today we will discuss about feasibility study from the subject New Enterprise and Innovation Management MBA second sem. First of all, the concept of feasibility study. As the name implies, a feasibility analysis is used to determine the viability of an idea or the possibility of an idea, such as ensuring a project is legally and technically feasible, means whether it is possible to create that project technically or legally, as well as whether it is economically justifiable or not. It tells us whether a project is worth for the investment, because in some cases a project may not be doable. The feasibility study is also essential to evaluate the cost and benefits of the proposed system that you have discussed with your teammates or with your managers. On the basis of the feasibility study, decision is taken on whether to proceed with that particular proposed system, or to postpone that project for some time, or whether to cancel that project. So all the necessary feasibility analysis or feasibility discussions is done before completing that particular project. Now, the needs of feasibility study. Feasibility study determines the potential of the existing system. It also determines what are the different problems in the existing systems, and it also determines the overall goals of the system. It finds all the possible solutions of the problem existing in the system or that can be proposed in that system. It finds what kind of technology we will use to solve these problems in the proposed system. It also determines really which solution is easy for operational from the point of view of the customers as well as for the employees, that requires very less time and 100% accuracy. The main aim of this feasibility study is to provide the better solution to the customers, and it helps the employees with 100% accuracy. It also determines what kind of hardware and softwares will need to solve the problem or to create that proposed system. It determines the cost requirements of the complete proposed system in the terms of total cost of hardware required, total cost of softwares required, the designing system and the implementation of training and development, and the maintenance cost. All our cost is also examined before conducting the feasibility study. Now, the types of feasibility study. There are four kinds of feasibility study. First one is technical feasibility, second one is operational, third one is economical feasibility, and fourth one is scheduling feasibility. First of all, the technical feasibility. Following things should be considered for the technical feasibility to determine whether what kind of hardwares and softwares available with us, and what kind of computer configurations on which we are working. This assessment focus on the technical resources that are available to the organization. It also helps the organization to determine whether the technical resources meet the capacity, and whether the technical team is capable of converting that idea into the working system. Find out the technical feasibility required for proposed system. It mentions the overall requirement of the proposed system for the hardwares. It also mentions the total overall new configurations that are required for the proposed system, and the total requirement of the softwares for the proposed system. Next one is operational feasibility. It is also known as behavioral feasibility. It finds out whether the proposed system will be suitable using three types of aspects, that are human, organizational, and political aspects. It finds out whether there is any direct indirect resistance from the user of this system or not. It also finds whether the operations of proposed system is easy or not as compared to the existing system. It finds out whether the user or customer of the system requires extra training or not. In this operational feasibility, this assesses the involvement of study to analyze and determine whether and how well the organization's need can be met by completing the project. The operational feasibility studies also about how a project plan satisfy the requirements identified in the requirements analysis phase of the system development. It finds if there is any job reconstruction required or not. It also watches the feelings of the customers as well as the user, what kind of changes they want in the proposed system, or what kind of project or product the customers want. The system should provide right and accurate information to user or customer at the right place as well as the right time. This is the most important thing. The information that the customer needs, it should be provided at the same time at the right place. Now, the economic feasibility, as the term suggests, it consider the overall cost or benefits of the proposed system. There are two types of cost. First one is one-time cost, and second is recurring cost. The first one is one-time cost involves the overall feasibility study or overall feasibility study cost. Second is the cost converting the existing system into the proposed system. Third one is the cost to remolding the architecture of the office, machineries, rooms, etc. Means what kind of changes you are making in your existing architecture according to your proposed system or proposed product. And last one is the cost of the hardwares. The term economic feasibility involves the overall cost of benefits of the project that helps the organization to determine the viability, cost, and benefits associated with the project before financial resources are allocated. It also serves as the independent project assessment and enhances project credibility, helping decision makers to determine the positive economic benefit to the organization that the proposed project will provide to us. Next one is the total cost of the softwares, the cost of the application software, the total cost to provide the training to the employees for the new system, the total cost of documentation prepared. Next one is the recurring cost. First one was the one-time cost, and second one type is recurring cost. It involves the purchase or rental of the equipment, the cost of purchase or rental of the equipment, whether you are purchasing the new equipments, or whether you purchase them as a rent basis. Second one is the cost of mobiles phones or mobile communication equipments. Third one is the total cost of salaries of the employees that are engaged in that particular product. And the last one is cost of maintenance of that equipment. The last one is scheduling feasibility. Scheduling, as the name suggests, this is the assessment. This is most important for the project success. After all, a project will fail if it is not completed on time. So in scheduling feasibility, an organization estimates how much time the project will take to complete the project. It estimates how much time the project will take to complete that particular product in terms of time. When these areas have been examined, the feasibility analysis to identify any constraints the proposed system may face. First one is the internal project constraint, uh, whether the project is lacking to complete in terms of technical or technological bounds, or there is no budget, or whether there are less resources to complete that particular product. The corporate constraint, whether you have not the sufficient funds or financial issues, whether there is lacking in the marketing plan or export, etc. And last one is the external constraint, the logistic, what kind of environment you are making that particular product, what are the laws and regulations by the government. So these can be the constraints which are uh, which are responsible for the late of the proposed system scheduling. At last, the conclusion, the feasibility study might uncover the new ideas that could completely change a project's scope. It is conducted for the feasibility study is always beneficial to the project, as it gives you as it gives you and other stakeholders the clear picture of the proposed project. So it provides the overall summary or overall picture of the proposed system, whether it is useful to invest in that particular product or not. Thank you.